So now we're going to make the firebox where the coal would burn, and the coal made heat, and the heat boiled the water to make steam, and then the steam powered the engine. So the size of paper we're going to need for this, for teachers, look, A7, but there are variations on it. So there's a very simple version, and then there's a one which is a better version, but a bit more complicated, but worth a try. So an A7 piece of paper, some sticky tape as before, and first of all, let's just size things up. Look, the firebox is going to fit at the back there and form the boiler front and the footplate that the drivers would stand on. If we just use a piece of paper like that, then it's a bit too wide. So A7's a bit too wide for the simple version. So what we'll do is this, look, we'll simply measure long ways, look, so this is long ways, and then put a little pencil mark there, and then flip it round again, look, and measure a pencil mark there. So if we would just fold that, or just try and cut it straight away anyway, so there it is, the right size now, you see. So that's 5 centimeters there. So let's cut that off. There we go. And then it's really very simple. All we need to do is bend that piece of card, put a fold in it so that it's straight vertically and then horizontally like that. So let's do it. Fold it exactly in half, look, make sure things match up. There we are. Fold it properly, and then that sits on there like that. Now it isn't sitting on very well at the moment, but we can cure that, so don't worry about that. But let's think about it. This was the footplate where people stood, and in the case of Stephenson's rocket, they could have easily fallen off. There wasn't like a big guardrail around them, but the front is where the fire was, and they would shovel the coal in through a hole in the front. Well, we need to show that. So quite simply, we need to decorate this really sort of and make it look a bit more as if it's part of a steam engine. So first of all, just putting a board around it is a good idea. And if you can do with your appropriate coloured pencils and make it look really good. There we are. Just do it very quickly here. So the border makes it stand out. You could use felt pens for that as well. And we have to have the firebox. So let's draw that. So it's really just an opening. And it would have a door on it, so I like to do a little sort of a hinge as if the door can open. But then when you look inside, what you see is all of the coals, and I'm sure you know what colour coal would be. There's our coal there. Now this is just a plain pencil. You could use coloured pencils, and of course you want to make it look like there's a great roaring fire in there, and then smoke coming off it as well, which is going to go out through the chimney. So that needs some work done on it by you to make it look really good, and choose the appropriate colours for all of the flames. So the coal's a certain colour, the flames are lots of different colours in flames, and then the smoke, all in the firebox. This metal part, look, the whole thing was made of metal apart from the wooden outside of the engine, would all be held together by great big bolts. So you could show all these great big bolts by drawing them like that. Also, there would have been various pipes and things. So what would that look like? Let's make it look like a proper little engine with machine bits and pipes and all sorts of things, like a handle to turn. There's a great big handle to turn right there. And then make it look as if it's all part of this amazing sort of machine, right? As if it's got control dials on it and things like that. And then slightly different colours in various places make it look fantastic. Now colour that in, it's really important. Then that can be fitted like that. There it goes, look. How are we going to fit it? Just like before, we're going to do the double-sided sellotape, the sticky tape thing. Not sellotape, sticky tape's much better, masking tape. fold it over like that, and we'll put one bit on one side, next bit, fold it over, next bit there, like that, and then that's going to fit, in there. Now I think I could have made a better effort with the foot plate where people stand, because that's going to look like it's sort of got wooden planks in it as well, and you know how to do that, make it look like it's wood, and it could be brightly coloured as well. So your job, decorating it and making it look just like it would have it in the original model. So there's our foot plate. Now we can do something about this. If we're very careful, we can get that stuck on, but it's a little bit fiddly. Tiny bit of sticky tape, like that, and if we're very careful, line it up where it's going to go. Look, there we are, and that holds it onto the front. I might try and find a way to make that look better by colouring that in as well. Maybe you should do that before you fit this down. So there's our foot plate. Be fantastic if we had the driver standing on the foot plate, wouldn't it? So could you make a little person there? Of course they'd be all covered in soot and everything because of all the smoky fire and everything that's there, the coal that would have to be shoveled. So there's our little foot plate. Here's a better way to do it. If you were to take the original piece of paper, remember we cut that one down, then you can simply do this, look. You can fold the edges, right? Fold the edges like that. Open it out and fold in half again, just like you did the first time, except we've kept the edges this time. And now, a lovely little trick, look. If we just use our scissors and make two tiny little scissor cuts, so it's along where you folded it up to where the next fold is. Use the scissors. Like that. Now curl those parts in, fold them up like that, and that makes a much better firebox. So that looks better because it looks like it's sort of got a bit of a guardrail and things like that, maybe to sort of stop the people from falling out in this little edge bit here. So that's another way to do it. Of course, you still have to draw the firebox with the coal and the flames. So that would have to be in there like that, just like before, with all the flames coming up. You can do a good job of that in your own time. And we'll sticky tape that in place. Now this just takes tiny bits of tape for this. You don't have to do this one double-sided. Just fold it round like that. It's only a small bit, so it's not going to cause sort of an unsightly mess. Next one. Fold it round. And there it goes. And that would fit in there. Fabulous. Right, it's over to you. Let's make your firebox and footplate.